There we go. I'll let this car go through and you can see it in the video. Plus, I hope it's recording. Yeah, it's recording also. So I did a little video of going down the river and high, and there's people behind me here walking. So I'm going to do a low camera angle, but I just wanted to try that. So.
Join Steve and I as we go out and capture images of the Ozarks and sometimes teach you a little about photography.
Steve's not with me this time, so I'm solo. Steve had other obligation. It is a Friday afternoon, the 23rd of October, and it's 1:08 in the afternoon. It's overcast today, and that's why I'm out. Our fall not been very good so far. Usually by this time of October, we have full color. I'm at one of my favorite areas. I shouldn't say favorite, but my go-to areas. Paddy Creek Recreational in the Mark Twain Forest. It's one of my favorite places. I've been coming here back, even when I was taking slide pictures. I just come down here a lot. Now there are some fall colors. I don't know if you can see them behind me here, and the wind's picking up. There was supposed to be rain today. Both my lens and my camera are weather resistant. The rain hasn't showed up yet. There is a slight breeze, so I'm going to take you with me and see what I can find. So let's go see. Okay, so I've set up here. I'll shoot a little video on this camera to show you what I see. Let me do that if I remember how. Now on the video camera, it does crop in a little bit, so let me do some recording. Okay, this is what I see. I like the stick. I don't know if you can see it, the stick right here, leading back to a little bit of color back there. Now the sky is pretty, well, it's gray, so we won't see a lot, but I like the way this looks. So this would be my first picture. So what I'm doing first is I'll level my camera, which is level now. And then what I'm going to do is get my histogram up and do exposure to the right. Now, first thing I see is my ISO is too high. I go to my native ISO, which on the Nikon D850 is 64 ISO. Now, one thing that I like to use on fall pictures, and I'm gonna pull it out here before I even put it on my my camera, polarizer. But before I put it on my camera, what I'll do is I'll just hold it up to my eye, and it does add a little more pop to the colors, a little more saturation. So I'm gonna stick that on the front of my lens. There we go. And I like that it's magnetic. And I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll shoot two here, one with full polarization and one without. So exposure to the right. It looks dark, but I've got a little bit of sky showing. Maybe I need to crop some of that out. F10, 1/10 of a second at ISO 64 and polarizer. If there's one thing that I don't like about the Nikon D850 is that when you go in a vertical composition, the screen doesn't tilt. So I have to get way down here to look at the composition. And again, I'm not seeing a lot of fall colors. I'm just waiting for the wind to settle down. It just picked up. I need to check my exposure. I'm going to turn down my shutter or my ISO. I'm going to leave it up a little bit with this wind. I'm going to go to 400. And I think I'm going to do focus stacking on this one. That's where I take a picture. I focus in the foreground, mid-ground, a little further back, and then I stack them in Photoshop. Now, you notice how my legs sprawl out, but you have to remember on a wide angle, you want these front legs not to be in the composition. So I got them going over to the side. That's why it's set up like this. Normally I like a leg right underneath the lens to keep it from tipping over, especially when I go to my 70 to 200. Okay, I was standing right over here on the last vertical composition, but I saw this bright red leaf and the sun's reflecting in the water here. So let me record some on the camera. This leaf right here has caught my eye, and then I just saw. Now remember, the video is going to crop a little bit. Okay, this is definitely going to be some focus stacking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to F8. So I move the sun. It looked like a hot spot or something on there. I still have the leaf. There's a video where Steve and I did the Milky Way, and if I remember, I'll post it someplace up here. Also, I did a winter video, which is one of my favorites. It's all black and white. If you haven't seen that and I can find it, I'll also post that one someplace up here. I've got one beautiful yellow tree, but I've got these arching trees. Let me record some with my wide angle. So this is what I saw, this water. And again, I've taken this picture a lot. I like these rocks, and this one yellow tree kind of stands out here. So let me change lenses and try to compress this scene. On my 70 to 200, it mounts underneath the lens. I'm going to take my lens cap off, put my polarizer on this lens, take this lens off, and grab the back cap and put that in my pocket. Now line up the dots and lock it on. Now I have to change things on my tripod. Again, I like a leg up front because this camera, or this lens I should say, is kind of heavy. So now let's see what I've got. I put on the telephoto. You see how different the scene is? Now I'm a little tight on the top. I'm at 70 millimeter. And if I zoom in, I can make it even tighter. And we'll try one at 70 millimeter. I may tilt it up a little more. Okay, so I got everything the way I wanted. Got my composition the way I wanted. I'm at f10, a little more depth of field with this lens at 1/5 of a second. The wind isn't blowing, so I'm going to shoot one here. I just got done with that shot and the wind picked up again. It's kind of blows a minute and then it's gone a minute. That waterfall that I took a little B-roll of, I'm now on this side of it and I'm looking down the valley here and there's some color. But what I'm going to do is use the flowing water here as my foreground and then kind of lead the eye back into the composition. Now I got a little sky showing, but I don't think that's going to be too bad. So I'm going to get my 6-stop ND filter, pop it on the front. Now I'll probably get some vignetting at 16. So I'm going to zoom in a little tighter. So my eye's drawn to this white water right here, but kind of leads all the way to the background there. And fire. And again, 6 seconds seems like a long time. And when I multiply that out, right now the wind's not blowing. It's going to be a long exposure. Since I was down here anyway, I thought I'd go ahead and try one vertical. And I might like the composition better, so I'm going to go through the same routine, make sure I'm level, turn my polarizer, and do focus stacking again. I've got these 2 red leaves on this rock here, and some yellow and a bluff over there, and the green line, a diagonal of the bluff. Well, it started raining, so now I'm headed back towards the campground. This road that I'm on, years ago, I got a kind of a foggy picture here. And the color right through this road, and with the rain, I may do it on the way back. Well, I think I'm going to end the video here. I did some drone flying, which if I got any footage, you'll see on this video. It's hard to do this without Steve along. I kind of miss the guy. Anyway, overcast day, you can stay out all day, but I'm going to head for the house. I've been down here almost 2 hours, and we'll see what we got. Okay, see ya. Oh, Steve always does this, and I forget. If you like this content, please subscribe. We're trying to get our viewership up to 1,000 this year, and we're only about halfway there, so. Photography is kind of like fishing. You always say one last cast, one last photo. This bridge that I'm on, Steve and I came out here, I think it was last summer or the summer before, and we did Milky Way shot. It's getting late in the day, and I saw that bluff back there, so I thought I'd stop and take a picture. But it's not as beautiful as I thought it was going to be.